Hey YouTube, I am back with another review, and if you do enjoy these reviews, please subscribe, ring that bell. In any case, I figured I'd give my 2 cents on the Storz and Bickel Plenty. This was like, this had pretty freshly come out. My vape had busted, and I wanted to try something different. And I wanted something from these guys, but I'm not a big fan of just the bags, the volcano bags. I wanted something with an actual whip I could use, and this was their answer. A weird Black & Decker tool. They basically took their heater and just compacted it into this little hand grip thing. Very strange, but I figured I'd give it a go. What could go wrong with the Storz and Bickel product? Well, this is a little bit of a finicky product here. I don't know what to think of it. It is pretty powerful. It is nice. It's sturdy as all get out. This power cord, this thing I feel like would be, you put it in your toolbox. This thing will last a lifetime, easy. It's just a really solid, well-built device itself. It's got this little temperature gauge on it that kind of ranges, and basically you just squeeze this handle, and based on the temperature dial, it's like 1 to 7. You get your different heat levels, and it's and this whole trigger mechanism, that's probably the biggest gripe, is the fact that you gotta keep being aware. So this is not really a device to be sharing, passing around, because guaranteed, I tried this multiple times with this, guaranteed someone's holding it, forgets to click it, and it cools down, go to take a hit, next thing you know, it's not heated up. You have to click it, wait another little bit for it to heat up, then take a hit. There's just some convenience factors missing from sort of the safety features of this, but it's part of the fact of it being such a solid device. Now, what I did to try and fix that is just take a zip tie and just kind of have it here so it's constantly holding it down, and that's actually done pretty much most of the trick. But it's still one of those things. It's having to get a zip tie and do that, and even then it's not necessarily 100% reliable, especially passing it around. Somebody's gonna fiddle with this, accidentally slide it down, and then it's gonna be unclicked. So yeah, but you know what, let's try the vapor production. To be honest, I haven't used this in a while. I don't know if this would be my daily driver. Another issue with this I found is the bowl is quite nice and all. It's very large. You can hold quite a bit with it. This is the bowl right here. Thing is, it needs quite a bit for it to be a nice even heat. You basically need to fill this chamber a bunch for there to be enough pressure to hold it in, and it's yeah, they have there's like a little metal pad you can use to do it, but you still need to use a fair amount in this device to really get the best out of this. So that's kind of the other gripe. Now, I will say the actual whip attachment is really nice. This is a really cool design. You can bend it and move it whichever way, but the design of this cools the vapor down to a way it's comes out really smooth, and you don't really get the heat irritation in your throat at all from extra heat. It never really bothered me too much, but for anybody who's sensitive to extra hot vapor, this is a good one, because this actually is really good at cooling down the vapor, this whip design here. Let's get this loaded up here. Let's show it off. Let's test it out. You'll see. I'll try and fill it, not a full way like a personal bowl here, but basically you have to at least cover the surface area of the disc. It's like a bare minimum requirement for this to function. I've used such varying amounts to test it out, and it's just, no matter what, unless you cover it properly, the heat distribution not work nearly as well. But we got this loaded up here. I like keeping it at 6 here. I see you get that orange light going. Temperature gauge. Warming up. See how long that takes to warm up, just to show you. But it takes about a minute or so for it to get to its proper temperature. So nothing too crazy, you know, especially if it's just, this is really just for, I feel like, personal use, you know, for like being at my desk here. I think works pretty well. But I think for any other situation, you know, maybe if you're going, I guess, camping or something, somewhere rugged where you might want something that's going to be sturdy and, you know, last getting thrown around. That's another, I guess, use case is being outdoorsy and just, you know, something that's going to take some hits and still survive and keep on trucking for years on years. This definitely, compared to any other vape I've tried or used, this one I feel like is a tank. It's just not going to die on you. Once it's heated, it's properly heated. You know, something like the Arizer. I don't know about I haven't tried the new model, the XQ2, but their other models, you know, it says it's a temperature, but it's one of those things. It's not really like the coil itself may be a temperature, but it just, you know, you always got to give it an extra few minutes, even though it says it's a temperature. This is one of those where it's like, when it's at temperature, it's at temperature. And there we go. You see the heater clicks off. It's all pretty mechanical there. Just slide this sucker on, give it a twist. It's still wispy in the beginning, just still getting that kind of terpene flavor at first, which is nice. And the vapors really, like, it feels like cool. Let's see if I can. Yeah, you can kind of see it under the light here. Try and maybe angle this a little bit differently so you can see the vapor better. A little wispy. I'm sure it'll, once it kicks into full force, a little bit more. But let's see. Well, vapor. You know what's good? It's something different. It's it feels like I could pretty rip hard and it would still be able to kind of hold its own, as long as the temp, as long as it's at the proper temp. That's the main key. That flavor's still coming through. Ooh, and that vapor production. Got, you know, I'm kind of surprised. It's like, but that was like the 4th hit. I'm still tasting terps plenty. It's yeah. Yeah. I mean, there is definitely benefit to having it as a flat, even puck. I feel like the heat distribution on that it just makes it so much easier for it to cook it evenly and thoroughly when it is on that flat disc. It just makes it require that much more flour per bowl, which I like the idea of having, you know, with the Arizer, you can just put a tiny little bit in there and it'll still work fine. Whereas this, it's a little bit different. But, you know, to be honest, I had this in my attic and I kind of forgot about it until I was digging through stuff for some other videos and saw this and was like, I should do a video on this. It just, I don't know. But now, this might be the thing I have on my desk now. Like I said, this device is terrible for smoke circles. It has none of the conveniences that would work for a smoke circle, a group of friends, especially for people who have never used it before. And even when I've brought it along multiple times over, like, people still, you know, especially when they're not used to vaping in general, and you just hand them this is like weird and foreign. It just looks so different than what you still getting terp flavors. This thing is a terp saver. You know, a lot of times with other bowls, it's like those first few hits of the terps, and then the rest is kind of like you just taste extra cooked. This is, man, have I been sleeping? Maybe this should have been. I've been using my I'll have to do a review on that too. My Arizer Air 2, and that's working pretty nice, especially like, you know, being able to walk around with it and whatnot. You know, I'm pretty tethered with this thick plug. This is yeah, a desk or camping device. Of course, it is a thick plug-in. You're gonna have to like plug it into your car to use it. So that's, you know, that's one thing. But and it's so smooth going in because of this coil. Sometimes I'm just like, hold on, like, is it, like, am I getting much? But really, I blow it. I'm just, so I don't know. This is a very particular kind of device, not for everybody by any means. This is definitely for your solo stoner who sits at their desk all the time and yeah, just wants this to occasionally take a hit. I mean, it's all those auto safety features as far as shutting it off and the handle. Like, I definitely see this as a desk device. Of a very strange device that Storts and Bickle made. So flavorful through and through. So I don't know, it's not for everybody by any means, but yeah, you find a good deal on a Plenty. You're looking for a very simple desktop device that you can just rip off of. This one will last you a lifetime. So yeah, might as well pick it up if you have a good deal on it. So in case, if you do enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. You have a great rest of your day.